tell you what happens when it gets silent. That means the proctor is in the room, and that means can't nobody talk. God ain't talking, angels ain't talking, ain't nobody talking. What did you learn while we was walking? I'm doing speaking engagement and podcasts that bring transformation. My signature topic: helping visionaries to reconnect, reinvent, and rise with confidence. Because confidence is the missing substance to faith. We're all visionaries and have our own personal dreams. It's just we forgot about it, surviving life. It's time to bring that stuff from the back seat, put it in the passenger seat, and start speaking life into your dreams. Teaching individuals how to return to themselves. Quiet the noise on the inside, because you can't do nothing on the outside. Live boldly on your own terms, guided through mindset shifts, emotional release, and soul level understanding. Helping all of us navigate reinvention and rebirth. Setting boundaries to say, you go your way, I'm going mine. Rising to purpose with confidence, because confidence is what you need, because confidence helps you stay in faith. Hi, my name is Renetta Cheston, the owner and founder of Life Success Results LLC. Soul Igniter, Trauma Overcomer, Holistic Spiritual Strategist. I work with the whole being for my level of training and education, mind, spirit, soul, and body. Bachelor's and master's degree in healthcare, to understand and comprehend mental and public health, because they go together. Massage therapy, Reiki and sound healing, holistic practitioner, where we pull out the impurities from the rooter to the tutor. Human design practitioner, where we go back to the original purpose, and then we look at that generational baggage and start pulling it out. When I was given this task of having uncomfortable conversations with others, I knew then that my path was going to be different and probably be a little crickety. Okay. People would be a little standoffish until they done their own work. Okay. Because when someone starts talking about this, if you ain't done your work, you're going to get triggered. But I didn't stop. I asked myself uncomfortable questions every day to get out of old patterns. I do the work every day, and it's not always easy or pretty. Some days gonna bring some heavy tears. But I wake up to confront the areas in me, in love, that need a facelift so I can go forward. So I don't fake the funk in front of somebody. Okay, I can be my authentic self. What will you do? What are you afraid of losing? Is it that once you see colonialism has played everybody, and I mean every shade of color has been played out here in these streets? Okay, you won't know what to do if we're not fighting anymore. How about we find ways to have conversations that cause a pause to see life differently in all areas? Because we're not going to agree on everything, but we can agree on the end goal. This will cause us to quit blaming someone for our problems and see where we have truly may have missed it somewhere, because it's really ancestral, okay, and generational. We can only meet people fully where we have met ourselves. Remember that next time you say you want a real relationship and you put on a mask and people call you out and now you triggered. We have many adults who were never taught how to feel safe. So they seek safety and validation on the outside of themselves. How many followers I have tells me who I am. It tells me if I'm loved and all of that. It don't matter how many followers you have. My thing is, do you love yourself? If all of your followers fell off today, will you still love yourself? Because of a plethora of challenges that occurred in childhood processes, I'm being commissioned to aid in the process by sharing how I overcame everything meant to keep me from coming into my true identity. Because that's what happened to me. All followers, everybody, I had to walk away from everything and start over again. I had to believe in myself and God to see God is in me, but I had to see in me before I could see God. I had to find me first. And what does that look like, finding you? That looks like those days where you having a moment. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you having a moment. You having a moment. Because that means, who am I? What do I want? Why do I want that? Why do I don't like this? Why is that triggering me? Okay. We're taught God is out here. God ain't out there. God is on the inside of us, waiting to be tagged into the battle. Because see, Ephesians 6 says we're fighting principalities, rulers of darkness, spiritual wickedness in high places. Remember, we're a spirit first. And we're of the light. So that means wherever you got light, you got some darkness. Because we're in a place of duality. If you got dark and you cut on the light, that means the darkness got to run out of there because now you done cut on the light. This is when negative thinking is gone on so long that it's a norm in society of what the Bible would call a multitude of thinking. That means societal thoughts. What every ascended master fought against. The mindsets of us who complain but don't want to change or don't know how to. And it causes a dip in morale that most can't get out because it's ancestral and generational. And you think you could just fix your little part. No, honey, we got we got to look at how many other people is 7 generations behind you and 7 generations before you. Because you got people, you got children, you got grandchildren, you're going to have great-grandchildren, you're going to have great-great-great-great-great, and you're going to 7. You want them people to be taken care of. You don't want them to walk into what you walked in. Or what was the purpose? That was useless. So to get out of it requires one to get uncomfortable, to get past a plateau of complacency. Or this is how we've always done it. And let's break it down. You have the Latinos and Spanish. We're clumped those together. Then you have your Asians. That is everybody. Japanese, Chinese, Vietnamese. You got your Koreans. Then you got all the others. Okay, you got all the others that are mixed in there. And don't nobody want to be called out their name. You call somebody Puerto Rican or Cuban, you're going to have to fight. I don't know the difference. I'm not of y'all. I asked a question, you ready to fight me. That's something y'all got to work out. Why you think you better than somebody else? God said you shouldn't think higher than yourself. So what's going on there? And then you call somebody that's Chinese, Japanese, they mad. What y'all need to fix? There's something that was the colonialism has told y'all something, and y'all angry with each other about something that don't make no sense. How about that? Then everybody mad at black people, and we are the source of creation. I don't understand how you come from us and then you mad at us because you didn't get all the color. I don't know. I don't understand. And then you have the Caucasian people, and they think they God's gift to the earth, and they're not. What's going to happen? Because it's finna happen. What's going to happen when you find out you're not who colonialism told you were 600 years ago? And you can't stand on your color. That means you're going to get the opportunity to stand on your education when most of you don't have an education because you were told you didn't need it because you was already on the top of the pile. What's going to happen? What's going to happen when you find out that you were lied to? I'm just saying, what's going to happen when you find it out? Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee, bing, bang, walla, walla, bang, bang. I don't know why that came out, but there are some freebies and a link to my podcast with the Women's Level Up. Like, really, where did that come from? I ain't saying that song in a minute. That's from Greece. I'm like, I ain't saying that in a minute. With Women's Leveling Up that was done in May. Also, 3 magazines that I was covered in September, October, and December. Look in the description below to find the things that truly light you up and leave everything else behind. I cannot wait to talk to you soon. Remember that I place my own personal link to my own personal bookstore. My books incorporate the essence of God. If you want to feel the presence of God, read In the Garden with the Father, Understanding True Intimacy. No matter what your background. Why? Because God don't care about your background. God made you. He said he know all the hairs on your head. God don't care about your religion. He don't care about none of that. Because all roads lead back to God. Because all the guys were black anyway. You don't believe me? Y'all were black. And then they got an issue with us and your God black. Make that make sense. Page 59. Peace to your soul. I got this. Relax in my presence. Hush your fuss to get on the bus. And then you have 2 other books. Befriending the Shadow, Unshakable Peace, Unstoppable Change. Those are my shadow activity books where you get to have fun working on your shadow. Say it ain't so, but it is. You get a word of knowledge, then you get an exercise, then you get a shadow question, not so fun. Then you get a color page.